Hello, this is Relly Mangubat and you're watching Drumbasics. Today's episode is about warm-ups. Okay, so right now, the episode talks about warm-ups, and a lot of drummers would find it a mystery in what to practice for warm-ups. So a lot of them would endure themselves playing, practicing and warming up with the hands first, and then separately warming up with the feet. Alright, and warming up with reading notations and whatnot. So basically, with warm-ups, it's a personal thing. You can warm up as much as you can, right? And endure as much as you can, right? As long as everything is absorbed the way it is, right? Basically, warm-ups is just for conditioning our limbs, right? But the one that I'm gonna share with you is actually a warm-up that was introduced and taught by one of my major influences here in the Philippines, and that's Mr. Coco Bermejo. He's one of the finest drummers here in the Philippines, and he shared a very unique warm-up that allowed me to save time, right, and endurance for my other studies. So basically, should you use this warm-up and let's say before you practice, or before you start learning a new lick, or learning a new groove, or learning a new song, this warm-up would allow you to warm everything that you need, or that you'll be using for your practice with less time involved. Okay, so let's start right away. The warm-up is called I Love to Be in America, and with this particular warm-up, I've actually induced ideas from my own, right, and develop the practice a bit, right, which actually allowed me to challenge myself with less time. So right now, we are going to talk about the warm-up, I Love to Be in America, right, and dissect it to its parts. So basically, it's actually a two-part rudiment that is combined. So a Swiss Army, triplet, right and left, and a flam tap, right and left. Okay, so what you do, this is a Swiss Army triplet, right? So you have to do it on the left side as well. Right, left, okay, slower, left. So it's a triplet, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So the flam is on the first part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. On the left side, the flam is on the first one. 1, 2. And a flam tap. So right, flam tap on the left. So if you would actually notate it, triplet against a 4/16 note, right? But we write it, we write everything in 16ths, and we play them together. Okay, so the pattern involves you playing the right and the left lead. Okay, so the first part would be it's gonna be um, the Swiss Army triplet. That's the first part. You play it twice on the right, and then you play twice right and left. That's a 60 note pattern for the flam top. So the first part would be, that's two right Swiss Army triplet. Okay, and it boils down to playing two 60 notes, or two groups of 460 notes flam tap. So oh, actually it's three. So you end up with 260 notes at the end. So it's gonna be one tap, flam tap, flam tap. You end up with the right, which allows you to start with your left as your lead. So this time you would do the Swiss Army triplet on your left hand, and then the flam tap. It ends on the left hand, so that's three flam tops. Okay, and then you start with the right hand, and that's one again. So it would sound like this. Slower. Okay. Now I'm gonna play the hi-hat, right, on quarters. So you would actually see the time where the quarter note falls each time I play the routine. Okay. So if you would notice, when you put in the quarter note on the left foot, the hands are actually against the quarter note. Okay, it's actually moving and crossing the bar lines to complete the pattern. Okay, so that gives you the opportunity to practice independence at the same time. Okay, and you're also practicing quarter note pulse on your left foot at the same time while you're practicing rudiments on the flam. So technically those are flams, right? And if you would actually notice on this transcription, if we write it down, you see here the transcription here below there. Now if you write it down like this, you would notice that there is actually a paradiddle pattern against it. That's why it's efficient. So technically you're practicing the most used rudiments in drumming, okay, or in drum set playing, which is you have a triplet, which is the Swiss Army. Then you have the flam top, which is actually the flam, and we use that flam all the time when you play the any groove or any fill in on your drum set. And technically the paradiddle, which is very useful in any situation. Okay, so you're practicing three rudiments at the same time. You're practicing against a quarter note hi-hat pulse, which gives you independence. Okay, right? I'm gonna show it again to you. Okay, and I'll give you one more idea that would help you practice efficiently and make this useful. Okay, we'll discuss a few things of your achievement after you're doing this practice as well. So let me play that again. So challenge you more, what you could do is put in the bass drum against it. Okay, like adding a bass drum 8th note against the quarter note that we are actually playing against the hi-hat. So 1 and 2 and so technically it's challenging the independence that you created on the left foot against the right hand, and it actually builds new ideas for you to explore. On a more complex situation, you can challenge yourself by using foot ostinatos on against the sticking pattern of "I Love to Beat America," and this would actually challenge you more. Okay, so let me try and demonstrate a very popular, familiar tune. Hi. So before we end this episode, I just want to thank all the viewers who actually been watching episode 1 up until 8. This is the last episode of season 1, Drumbasics, which primarily talks about your introduction to drum set 101. Gives you some information on setting up, sitting down, maintenance, practice, right? This would actually open new ideas, new grounds of exploring when it comes to getting to know your drum set, your instrument. Okay. I just want to also share that I have a book out. It's an online book which talks about more on drum basics and more information about curiosity of playing the drums. You can actually see the book here, right? And you can actually download this ebook using this link. The book is entitled "Discovering How the Drum Set Works and Building a Strong Foundation Learning It." So basically, you'd have some information on how a drum set works, information of how you hold the stick, how you sit down, and scientific information that justifies the information that I'm sharing. This would actually help you associate drum playing to science and giving you more understanding on how everything fits together. So this is a very useful book that you can actually share information with your peers, okay? And this would also open new ideas for you and your friends. So if you're interested, you can download the book on this site. Again, before we end the episode or the season, I just want to also invite you guys that on the next following seasons of Drum Basics, it's gonna be more on the lesson side of things. So just to give you an overview, it's actually going to be a part by part module that we are going to take to discuss, and this involves us learning things for drumming, okay, and also gives you more information on how to basically learn the instrument, okay. This is free drum lessons for beginners, okay, as this has been advertised in the Drum Ninja page and also in the Facebook page of Drum Ninja, which is here, okay. Now also there would be a master class that involves this. You can get in touch with me through this through Facebook here on this particular page, or you can just send me an email with this address, and I'll be answering those emails for you. Now, this master class involves 5 students per class, and this would be a more personal engagement of learning drums, right? So this is the drummers for beginners, right? The drum basic class is a tailor fit class, which involves you um, interacting with other new drummers. We're learning together, right? It's again 5 per class, right? On a schedule, probably on a weekend, or the most convenient time for us to do the same time for all 5 students to accommodate. It's a tailor fit class for everybody. It's not just hands-on, but it's a learning environment that would allow you to express yourself freely, right, with no hesitation. This is it's like a higher ground of the same level. With I promote respect for each drummers. This would actually eliminate the idea of competition. Okay, so that's something that I'd want to promote for almost all my drumming life. I've been an advocate of that. So competition is something that we don't entertain in the drumming industry here in the Philippines, and if I understand correctly, also abroad. Okay, we are all in this together, and we are here to learn against each other. We learn from each other's faults and strengths. So the drumming school highlights that, and it's actually a same ground for everybody, a safe ground, a haven for drummers who wants to learn and develop a learning um, uh, a program for himself or herself, right? This also provides a good foundation for you drummers to give you that head start for your career and for your playing. So that one will be promoted in my Facebook page and also in the website. The website is www.thedrumninja.weebly.com. So this information is something that may be useful to you. Share it with your friends. Okay, like the channel. Okay, and subscribe. Okay, so we are attuned with each other. Okay, and just keep on playing the drums. Again, should you want to create, you need to explore, and that's something that I always been sharing with my friends and my students. Okay, explore. That's the key word. Right? But for now, thank you for the 8 episodes of watching, and I hope that you would continue supporting the next season, season 2, season 3, up until we finish all the modules that I created. I hope you support the season, the following seasons as well. Okay, so again, this is Relly Magawa. Thank you very much for supporting season 1, and hope to see you again in season 2. Goodbye for now.